Men are chilling at home and eating well. It's pretty interesting what's happening around us right now. Things are kind of going downhill for a lot of groups of Western society. Women are seeing a lot of struggles coming right now. Socioeconomically, they are struggling. The economy is not good. You have a lot of women who are crying on social media about not being able to afford groceries. But then you look at what's going on with men, where men are basically walking away from society, walking away from Western society, walking away from relationships in society. And a lot of these dudes are not even going to the gym anymore. They're building gyms at home. They're building home gyms. They're spending their time in their homes, just chilling, relaxing, enjoying themselves, eating well, living well, and doing the things that they enjoy. Some guys are playing video games. Some guys are just listening to music. Some guys are watching television. Some guys are just spending their days laying in bed, lazying around, not a care in the world. And it's interesting because, the saying really holds up that the average man can live happily in a shoebox at the side of the road. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, make sure to hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe down below. And of course, members for the channel do get new videos early. If you'd like to learn more about that, click the join button down below this video. So yeah, it's a very interesting reality that we are now in. I've been talking about this prospect. A lot of guys are walking away from from relationships, walking away from dating, marriage. They're not even approaching women anymore. A lot of women are saying, "What's going on? Why aren't the men approaching?" And here's the thing, ladies. You told men to stop approaching. Men are now entering into their soft guy era, and they're discovering that, hey, we don't need a lot to survive. We're living really well with less. We're making just enough to survive and thrive and no more. So we're no longer feeding the machine. Right now, if you look around the world, we're headed for some serious problems. Like there's a lot of bad juju happening right now, and it's not going to get better anytime soon. They're passing all of these bills, pushing for all of these bills to not only make it an automatic registration for men to be automatically registered for the draft in the United States, but they also want to make it automatic for women. So both men and women between the ages of 18 and 25 years old, 18 to 25, would automatically register for the draft. Women are basically up in arms. I've seen some of them in the comments saying that they're cool with just fleeing the country, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. If I look at some of my comments though on my videos where I discuss the topic of men just chilling, you can see what these dudes are saying. I've said this countless times. A lot of men just live happily far below their means, and they are good. Now, in this video that I posted recently, men are relaxing at home as everything collapses. You had a bunch of men responding. Look at this comment. One comment from Michael. He says, "I'm disabled. I live on about $14,000 a year. Own my car, motorcycle, and RV. I live better than when I was married, making way over $100,000 a year. No debt, good food, and time. Hasn't been an argument in years." This is it. Guys, this is what people don't understand. A lot of men do not have to work because these are one-time purchases. You get a mobile home, or you purchase an RV that you can live in. There's some really nice older RVs that essentially serve as mobile homes, and you can fit a big mattress in there, and you have everything you need inside that RV. It essentially serves as a mobile home in and of itself. And you rent a piece of land, $300 a month wherever, or you buy a piece of land, and you have no other expenses really. A lot of guys put up a solar panel, septic tank, all of they get all the works, and they don't even need to really, right? And now they're basically living extremely cheap. They have everything because you buy yourself a gaming PC. A lot of guys don't even need all of that. Laptop. Some guys are happy with just a Nintendo Switch. Some guys are just happy with a cell phone, and they're more than happy to get rid of even that. And they're just chilling and they're comfortable in their homes. Once a man has, his basic needs are met, all right? Shelter. He has shelter. That's the most important thing. All right? Shelter, has electricity. He has a little bit of entertainment. There's so many of you guys have made it very clear that you would be very happy with a Nintendo 64 or a PlayStation 2. All right. Some of y'all are some terrible dudes. Terrible dudes. You don't need much to be happy. You've made it very, very clear. You don't need much to be very happy. All right. And of course, again, shout out to the floor gang. You guys are insane. I don't know what's going on with the MWA community. There's a saying, I guess, if you build it, they will come. And I'm beginning to see more and more MWA popping up, and it's beginning to grow. Our community is beginning to grow. We have to just work, reach out, work with the other brothers so that we can keep on growing this thing, because it's amazing what's happening with MWA. It's like you guys have been carving out your own spaces. There's the floor gang in MWA right now. A lot of y'all sleep on the floor, mattress on the floor, or back spring mattress on the floor, or just straight up sleeping on the floor, Japanese sleeping mat. I don't know. And women don't understand this. Women don't understand, this. You have to remember that women make up something like 80% of the consumer economy. 80%. Because men don't need a lot to survive. The average man is more than comfortable just living a simple life of luxury. Okay? Simple life of luxury. You have everything that you need. You purchase a nice laptop. Right now I'm on my MacBook. I'm on my MacBook Pro. What's this? A MacBook Pro M1. I picked this up. I picked this up a couple of months ago. Right now, the M4s are coming out in a couple of months, I think. Yeah, a couple of months the M4s are coming out. I picked this up for like $1,400, and this is an amazing laptop, amazing powerhouse. I got it off Amazon, and I use it for work, but of course I also get to play with it, and I also have a MacBook Air, and then it's crazy. And then I also have an older MacBook. I also have an older MacBook Pro, and the thing is with the older MacBook Pro, I could just take that overseas. Like if I get a place in Dominican Republic, or I go back to Mexico, or wherever, I could bring that overseas and just set it up overseas so that I have a back, so that I have have an office set up over there. Or I could just pick up a new laptop entirely, pick up another M1. The thing is that when you don't have a relationship, when you don't have children, when you don't have a wife, you can basically buy the electronics that you need, and you'll have a pretty comfortable life. And that's what's happening with a lot of these men. For example, the guy that I just mentioned, bro's probably getting his food, like, he only makes $14,000 a year, but he may be getting a lot of other benefits. For example, at that income, he would be getting Medicaid. Okay, so you're getting Medicaid. That's health insurance. That is massive. That's going to take care of all of your prescriptions. At that income level, that'll take care of all of your prescriptions. Okay, and then $14,000 a year, he might be getting food stamps, but he'll qualify for a lot of different things. He'll qualify for a lot of different things. So, he'll get food, tons of food, clothing, everything he needs. And because there's many ways to live, many ways to live. So once a man's food and shelter needs are met, really a man doesn't need much else. Man does not need much else. And like I said, these are one-time purchases. Most guys will buy clothing and wear those clothes for years. Okay? A lot of guys live out of a backpack. And I said, well, you could just have insurance on that backpack, and you lose the backpack, and you just go and you can have it replaced, get everything replaced. Some guy said, some guy who's been living that life was like, nah, when if you lose the backpack, that's just means it's time to just buy new stuff, because you've been living out of that backpack for years. Think about it. Living out of a backpack for years, wearing the same clothes for years, using the same laptop and all this other stuff. Think about it. Years go by, and you're using all of this. So how much money do you have in the bank? How much money do you have saved? At that point, you're like, ha ha ha, I guess it's just time to replace everything, because you have that kind of disposable income. You haven't been spending money for years on anything. This is how a lot of men absolutely live. These men are at home, they're living well, they're eating well. I told y'all, cooking channels are going to become a big thing in the manosphere, because men are moving away from relationships with women. They're moving away from dating. All right, they're saying let Chad have them, let Tyrone have them, let Pookie have them, let Ray Ray have them, let little Poncho have them, Poncho and Sancho. Let Poncho and Sancho have them. All right, Let them have them, okay? Because men are tired. Men are done with the nonsense. They don't want these relationships. If they want a relationship, they'll go overseas and they'll find themselves a woman in another country that's going to treat them like a king. And they're not even stay. They're not even marrying these women. These women are more than happy to have these men because in Western society, as a result of the internet, as a result of online dating and Instagram, women are able to access so many different men and they go through so many different men that they end up thinking that they are high value because they're sleeping or getting into relation, they're having being physically intimate with these men. They don't cut so now they're like, oh well, I don't like the average man. But you have a lot of so-called average men in America that are like eights and nines overseas, like Eddie Redmayne. This dude is like a nine, but in America, you have women trying to dog him and call him a five. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. And you have to remember that women in Western society, they're all like looking for the exact same guys. They're all dating the exact same guys. So men that have different facial features, different attributes, they're overlooked because women in Western society are all dating the same exact men. Okay? So these other men, these good men, a lot of these good men that are extremely attractive. There's a guy that makes videos on YouTube. He's a passport king. Corey, he's married. He's a passport king. Corey, he's married to, I think his wife's name is Raquel. They're over in the Philippines. And dude, he said this guy can't really get any. He cannot go any further in life. And what do I mean any further is maybe he could have more money, but physically, this dude is ripped. Dude is ripped. Like he is so big, so hard. Like he is so physically huge at this point. Like you could just like try to like he's like steel. Dude is literally like steel at this point. Like literally steel, So he can't go any further. There's no more heights for him. Like maybe you can pack on some more pounds and try to be like he's already bodybuilder. He's a hard bodybuilder. So in terms of physically, he can't go any higher, you know. And he has a really nice house, really nice house. He has his own home gym. When I say home gym, I mean it's a giant home gym. It's like this, like a cage and bags and everything. It's giant. I've seen it on his channel. He's over in the Philippines right now with his wife. They built a house, I believe, and it's like their house is insane. Their house is absolutely insane. He has a huge workout area. It's like, bro, his wife, he asked her if she wanted to get some implants. She was like, okay, cool. She went and got implants. He recently went and had his own surgery. He got hair implants, and he's living his best life. He's like right around my age. Right around my age. So in his early 40s. And this is just a reality. Like if a man wants like a relationship, he's just gonna leave the country and go overseas to another country and build a life over there in that country. That's literally just the reality of it. And women, I've said it plenty of times, women will no longer have access to these men. They simply won't. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, you want even more of this content, consider checking out the Men Walking Away channel. I release daily videos on the Men Walking Away channel, and there's a link to in the description of the video, so go check it out, subscribe to the channel, enjoy the content. Guys, what do you think regarding all of this? Men are chilling at home and eating well. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video, and just remember that all roads lead to MWM and Walking Away. And